if you want to go from this to this in just a matter of minutes, then you better keep watching. Hi everyone, so I have showed you guys how to extend a nail using gel, using silk fabric. I have shown you how to sculpt a nail with gel. I have shown you guys many different ways of extending your nail, repairing your nail, and so on. So today I'm going to be reviewing a product, and this is a product from ASP. And I know that maybe some of you out there have seen this sort of nail technology on YouTube, but I want to make this video for those of you who have never heard of this kind of new way to actually get gorgeous long nails in a snap. And this is the product that I'm talking about. This is the ASP Acrylic Made Simple, and it's basically just nail forms. It shows you here in the pictures. It's a form. You put the acrylic inside of it, you pop it onto your nail and take it off, and there you go, you've got a beautiful formed nail. So inside this little box you're going to get an instructional pamphlet, and this goes from your preparation of the nails to the tip application, measuring out your form, applying your acrylic, putting the form on, popping the form off, and then of course filing out the free edge. And then of course if you want to add any additional nail art, on the back there's instructions in Spanish and some more additional information. And you also get a little DVD, an instructional DVD, and I haven't watched this yet, but I will. So that, and then you get your little forms. Now they come in a little Ziploc bag, but what I've done is I've just put them in this extra tip container that I had, and I just separated them from number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I just made a little piece of paper here with all the numbers so that I can have a reference to where I'm going to be taking the tips from. And now let me show you. So yes, you get, I believe it is 24 reusable forms in assorted sizes. So that's how many come in this package. And it does say here on the box, for best results use ASP acrylic liquid and powder and acrylic brush. So that's what I'm going to be using. I've got everything from the ASP powder to the ASP acrylic liquid, and even an ASP acrylic brush, and this is a number 10 brush. You can find all of this stuff at Sally Beauty Supply, you guys. It's really inexpensive, but I think this is going to revolutionize the way that women do nails, especially those of you who are tired of doing your nails in salons and getting a nail fungus, or you know, this way you can do it in the comfort of your own home, and you can practice and get better at it. So let's get started. I'm going to show you guys what the forms look like and how to apply the product and how we're going to apply it onto the nail. And yeah, hopefully this will be very helpful for all of you. Okay, so this is what the nail form looks like, and this is a size 0, so it goes from size 0 to size I believe 10, size 10. Oh no, I'm sorry, size 11. And it basically looks just like a normal plastic nail tip, something that you would see like this. That would be a full finger nail coverage. Okay, however, it is very flexible as opposed to a regular plastic tip, which is a little bit harder to bend. And the idea behind this is that, unlike the regular nail plastic tip where you actually glue it onto your free edge like so and apply your acrylic or gel or what have you product on top of it, the idea with these molds is that you flip them upside down and you apply your product in the inside of the mold, and then you flip it over, and then you proceed to apply it to your own fingernail. So that's what I'm going to show you guys. And bear with me because I'm getting over a cold and I'm still very stuffy. So I've got my brush, I've got my ASP monomer liquid right here, and also my powder right next to me. And the first thing you want to do is to prep your nail. Now I'm only going to show you just this one nail. You can do a whole set, of course, and you would do the same thing that I'm doing to this nail to all of your 10 fingernails. You would push your cuticles back. This is very, very important because you will get lifting if you do not get rid of all the dead skin cells around your cuticle area like that. You want to get rid of all of that. And then I went ahead and I just lightly buffed my the surface of my nail with just a block buffer and made sure that I went around the cuticle up here where I get most of my lifting. Next I'm going to use a pH bond, and this is basically really just a dehydrator, and it consists of some rubbing alcohol. So I don't have my ASP one on hand. Don't know what I did with it, but I'm going to use this one, which they really work the same. I don't really care what these companies say. They all work the same. They dehydrate your nail. And then I'm going to use my favorite nail primer, and this is the No Lift Nails primer. And this is great for those of you who have chronic lifting. So go ahead and apply 1 to 2 coats of this primer. Allow it to dry in between coats. I'm going to do 2 coats because I get lifting around the cuticle area. Now, prior to even filing your nail, you want to measure your form. So you're going to take your form, you're going to place it flat onto your nail, and you're going to measure to make sure that from side to side your nail doesn't stick out. So let's say that the edge of your nail sticks out just a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, my camera doesn't really zoom in or autofocus. So if your nail tip, your own natural nail tip, sticks out, then this would be too small, so you would go up a size. This is the largest size, the size 0, and this one fits my nail. Actually, what I like about the ASP ones is that they're wider at the base here towards the cuticle, which is really nice because a lot of people's nails like mine are naturally a little bit wider there. So you want that to be covered perfectly, and then they sort of elongate as they grow out. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure if you're going to do all 10 nails that you measure all of your nails from the biggest to the smallest nail available, and just line them out so that they're easier for you to use. So for my pinky, number 11, which is the smallest one, that's the one that fits my pinky nail. Now if you can look here real quick, when this nail form is onto the nail, there's a little space between the form and your natural nail. So that's where the acrylic is going to be, and it's going to form that beautiful C curve that you guys will see after the form comes off. It's really neat the way these are. I'm really just fascinated by these nail forms in general. Okay, so I've got my brush. I'm going to dip it into my liquid, get all the bubbles out of my brush, and I'm going to wipe just on one side, and I'm going to pick up a ball of acrylic, and holding the form upside down, just having my hands on it nice and firm, I'm going to place my ball down, and I'm going to pat it from side to side, and then just gently stroke out the powder. Now this might take a little bit of practice for those of you who are going to be new at this. You're not going to get this on the first try, that's for sure. Place your bead down, spread it from side to side, and you're going to be pulling product down. And don't panic if you don't get it right the first time. If you're not too sure how to do this, it's best to just practice inside the form first and then let it dry, let it air dry, and then pop out the acrylic once it's dried, and then start again before you apply it to your natural nails, because you don't want to have to apply it and then have to soak off the product if you make a mistake. And these forms are fairly long, so they're going to fit your nails just fine. And you can see I'm just using light pressure here. And I'm just filling in. How do you know how much product to use? Well, you kind of have to just kind of eyeball it, I guess. It's better to use a little more than too little, and then you don't have enough. So now I'm going to flip my form upside down, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to hold it close to my cuticle, and I'm going to press it outward. Now you don't want to press the form down too hard, because that's going to your natural nail will cut into the form and into the acrylic, and it will cause the form, the acrylic to weaken here where your nail meets the acrylic, so you don't want to do that. Now while it's setting, let me just get this out of the way here. While the form is setting, before the acrylic gets hard on your nails, you want to take one of these cuticle removers and you want to quickly remove all that excess acrylic that has oozed out on the sides. And sometimes you might have a little bit of pooling on the free edge. You want to take your brush and just kind of brush that out. But if this part is going to be too thick for you, you can also use a nail drill and just kind of use one of those carbide bits and just drill that part out and thin it out a little bit if you're concerned about that. So we're going to wait for this for about 2 to 3 minutes until it sets completely, and then I'll come back and show you how to one quick pop this off. Tip or trick, I want to show you guys how to flatten this bulky part here. If you get a bulk, take your cuticle pusher, dip it into your clear acrylic powder, and then just push it down. And do this before the acrylic sets. Once the acrylic sets, you can't form this underside part. But while it's still wet and forming, you can always use the back end of this to kind of press it down and make it nice and smooth and even down here. So you will know when this is done if you use the end of your brush and you tap it on, and it just has this different kind of clicking sound. That's how you know it's done. And when you start to lift the form, it will start to come off automatically. Now if the acrylic sticks to the form, that means that the acrylic is not yet set, so you might need to wait for another minute. Okay, so it has been about 4 minutes. I'm going to just wiggle this form, and popped right off. So look at that. Not too bad for a first try. And all you really have to do then is just file the free edge and the side walls a little bit. And I'm gonna do that, and I will come and show you guys the end result of these. This is also great for even acrylic overlays or gel overlays, and even if the extension is long, you can always use one of these tip cutters and just cut it down to wherever your natural nail or close to, and then just file out the free edge, even it out, and there you go. You've got your natural nail overlay with the acrylic form. These nail forms are actually really great for nails that are broken, like you see on my thumbnail. So I would leave this on for about 2 to 3 weeks, right before I would have to do a refill, obviously when there would be some growth here. That way I wouldn't have to file my natural nail, and I would just soak this off just like you would all your other nail extensions. I've already got videos on how to soak off your extensions, or you could just put a little bit of acetone in a dapping dish and just hold your finger in there until the product starts to come loose, and you can use a cuticle pusher to help the process come along a little bit faster. But this is a great way to extend even your short nails that are broken, and you just don't want to have to wait 2 to 3 weeks for your nails to grow out nice and long. The one thing that I love about these forms is that as soon as you pop the form off, look how shiny the acrylic is. I mean, not even buffing the nails would you ever get it this shiny and smooth. It looks just like a gel nail. You could use these forms with gel nails, however it's a little bit more tricky because while you're pressing the form down with your gel on, you might get a little bit of bubbling, so you would have to hold the form down, and you would have to go with your hand into the lamp for a pre-cure, for just a fast cure, maybe 10 seconds, and then you would be able to let go of the form and do a full 3-minute cure. Your nail is all ready to go. All you have to do is just file the free edge and the sides, and if you want to thin out a little bit of the barrel, you can do that with a drill if you would like, but this one turned out actually pretty good. Not too bad. Super sturdy. Look at the beautiful C curve that you guys get. They're easy to use, but again, like everything else, practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, better you become at it. Take your first ball of acrylic, press it down, and just gently slide it out, and then take another ball of acrylic, press it down and slide it out, and then go ahead and apply it close to the cuticle and just gently press it down, hold it firm, clean the side walls, excess acrylic coming out, smooth out the underneath part of it, backside, smooth it out with a brush if you want to, and wait for it to completely set, then pop it off, and you have a brand new, beautiful, gorgeous nail. And you can do this in 30 minutes or less if you become really good at it. All you have to do is use some cuticle oil, and voila, your nail is set. You can also do this with the white French white, and now you've got a gorgeous nail ready to go for a nail polish or nail art design. So ASP Acrylic Made Simple. You can find this at Sally Beauty Supply. It was about $6.99. Not very expensive at all. You get 24 forms in this kit. You also get an instructional DVD and instructional paper. Everything you need except for your brush and the acrylic powder and the liquid monomer, which you can buy separately. So I hope this review and tutorial has been helpful, and I will try to use these forms more to show you guys some more funky stuff that you can do with it, including adding glitters and also Fimo slices or any other kind of fun stuff. And I will maybe try to do one of these demos with a gel to see how it turns out. So stay tuned for that, and I will see what I can do. Thanks so much for watching and commenting and subscribing if you haven't. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye for now.